Coming up, WSU students respond to this week's dangerous weather conditions.
And how Idaho honored the 4 homicide victims in last night's vigil. Tonight on Murrow News 8.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Diego Moctezuma.
And I'm Catherine Rowley. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
An update from the winter storm warning says an additional 6 inches of snow on parts of the Palouse can appear until 7 p.m. tonight. The heavy snowfall from this week and dangerous road conditions have led to possible safety hazards that the university is keeping a close eye on. As of now, classes and offices remain open but will continue to send alerts if weather conditions get worse. We sent reporter Reese Holmes out to give us an idea of what it's looking like out there and give you a few tips to get you safe out there. Reese?
Right, I'm joining you guys just a little farther outside the studio on Spokane Street, where if you look behind me, you can see that despite their best efforts, the city of Pullman still hasn't been able to clear all of the streets in town, and some of them are closed to through traffic. Now, Pullman PD does advise that if you can, please stay home and don't go driving anywhere, but if you do find yourselves on the road, make sure to take a couple things into account. First and foremost is to decrease your speed, especially on highways. Pullman PD highly advises that you do so in case of black ice or any other slick conditions. Additionally, they also advise that if you are driving in the snow, to keep some sandbags or cat litter on hand to use in case you do get stuck in snow to put under your tires. Additionally, they want to advise you guys to take full advantage of all-wheel and four-wheel drive if you can. And if you can't, get some snow tires or chains. That's all I have for you guys today. Back to you at the desk.
Last night, the University of Idaho held a vigil for the 4 University of Idaho students that were murdered on November 13th. Stacy Chapin, the mother of Ethan, Stave Conclaves, the father of Kaylee, and Ben Mogan, the father of Madison, all spoke along with University of Idaho leadership. Attendees had electronic candles while each victim's name was read out loud and a light was lit, followed by a moment of silence. Around 1,000 students showed up in the Kibbe Dome to honor these victims.
There was some confusion if the murderers were a targeted attack after comments made by Latah County's prosecutor. Moscow police confirmed that they still believe this was a targeted attack, but they haven't decided if the residence was targeted or if it was the woman that was resided inside. Police do not have any new information at this time, but if you have any updates, please call the Moscow Police Department or send an email tip to the email as well.
Since the tragedy that killed 4 U of I students, the university has increased campus security with Idaho State Police while continuing to investigate this murder. This is in addition to their Safe Walk program, which allows students to walk on campus with security personnel. The university has also added a Safe Ride program that allows safe car rides across campus at night.
In response to these homicides, we sent a reporter to ask some students how safe they feel and what they're doing to stay safe.
I feel safe for the most part, especially if I'm in like big groups or something like that. At night, I still know like the chances of me being like attacked or anything are still like very low, and I still have the chance to defend myself. It doesn't really change my lifestyle in particular, but it is obviously like a crazy event. I can't believe that it was such nearby that something like that would happen.
So we got an extra lock on our door. We live in like a little house that has an extra unit. So on the front door, we added a lock to it because we have had some suspicious activity, but I think that makes us feel way more safe.
Coming up, we have an update on the Aspen Heights housing crisis.
And how WSU is actively combating drugging incidents in the community. Next on Murrow News 8.
Days, months.
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
Years.
I'd like to give you this.
A lifetime can rush by without realizing what we're missing. We lose some of the best moments, some that may never repeat.
Come on.
Or detach from people around us. Our loved ones grow used to this pattern, but it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice to take action. It's never too late to live a full life again. Hear how many of us Vietnam veterans have managed our mental health and reconnected with our families. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
After a district judge in Texas ruled to block President Biden's student loan cancellation program, the Supreme Court decided to meet to plan for the plan's fate. There have been 26 million people that have applied for the loan forgiveness program, and 16 million were approved. 6 states have also filed a lawsuit in the 8th District of the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in St. Louis to put the plan on hold. We will continue to monitor this as the 2 lawsuits go through the process to get to the Supreme Court.
Residents waiting to live in the Aspen Heights community have been left in the dark regarding their move-in date since October 25th until today. Their latest update says that residents will soon receive a January move-in date. Students who arranged to live there at the beginning of the fall semester were displaced and originally told they could move in sometime in November, but the dates were pushed back.
ASWSU is providing 146 drinking test kits to members of Greek Life and the residence halls. The decision to provide these tests was made by ASWSU after their meeting on November 17th, and they will provide around $6,000 in funding for the tests. After multiple incidents of people's drinks being drugged, this will provide students with a cost-free solution to ensure their safety. WSU students have been hit hard by the snow this week, so we took a look and we went to the streets to ask some students how the snow has impacted them.
On snowy, icy days, they could allow for Zoom options for class at the very least, because that wouldn't really cost much of anything. But I think they should really take seriously the harm that can be done.
Well, it's certainly more snowy and slippery as I live down on the south side, so as I'm walking up here toward like Murrow and the Terrell Mall and all that, I mean, it's slippery, especially late at night. I mean, the snow removal guys do a pretty good job in the morning, but when it's snowing throughout the day and things like that, then it gets certainly slippery. So it takes me a second longer.
Earlier this week, over 100 car crashes and distress calls were responded to in Pullman and Moscow. It sounds like we have some firsthand experience on that. Isn't that right, Grady?
Yeah, Diego, actually both of my roommates ended up getting their cars hit on C Street, so that's definitely a street to avoid. And as we look at today's weather, it's a little bit more of the same. Chance of snow tonight. You may have seen some a little bit earlier this morning. Increased chance about 7 or 8 p.m. tonight, high of 33. It's going to be dropping down into that low 20 range. As we look at tomorrow, both days not a huge look at wind there, but 29 degrees is your high, 18 is your low. But finally, getting a little break from the snow, partly cloudy. And as we go to the statewide map, we're going to be looking at pretty much similar all the way across. Something that's really interesting is that Seattle, for the first time, is snowing at the same time that Pullman was. Today they got their first look at snow here. So Seattle right there, 38 degrees, but they did have some snow showers. Pullman over here, 33 snow showers as well, as you saw. Spokane, 33, but they weren't lucky enough to get snow. And then not shown here, but Crystal Mountain, looking about right here, 2 feet of snow in the last 48 hours. So if you're a skier like me, that is great news. As we look at the 5-day forecast, I'm gonna take a step off, but as I said, 2 days in a row, break from snow, and then we're coming back on Sunday. We're going to get a little bit of snow showers, and then Monday back with another break, and Tuesday it's going to snow once again. If you look, those temperatures very consistent. The only outlier, a little bit colder on Monday, and then all of those lows going to be right in the high teens. We'll send it back to you guys at the desk. That's all I got.
Coming up, a look at what Oregon brings to the table against the Cougs.
And how a new agreement could actually bring a playoff football game to Pullman. Next on Murrow News 8.
back. I'm Emmett Savoris with sports. Men's basketball starts Pac-12 play tonight with a matchup against the Oregon Ducks. Let's take a look at the MN8 scouting report for Oregon. The Ducks' leading scorer, Will Richardson, is getting hot, scoring 23.5 points a game over Oregon's last 2. Oregon has also controlled the boards. In their 7 games this year, they've out-rebounded their opponents by 7 rebounds per game. But they aren't without flaw, as they have been bad at the free throw line, shooting 61.6% from the charity stripe, which is 340th in the country. Let's move it to volleyball. They're starting their 7th straight NCAA tournament run tonight at 5 p.m. They will take on the UNLV Rebels in the first round of the tourney. The Cougs have won 7 of their last 9 matches, including sweeps against Cal, Oregon State, Arizona State, Utah, and most recently Washington. WSU faced UNLV last year and the Rebels won 3-1. Let's bring it to college football. The college football playoff is expanding sooner than expected. The Rose Bowl signed an agreement yesterday with the playoff, which allows the postseason tournament to start playing with 12 teams in the 2024 season. The format gives the top 4 conference champs first-round byes. It also allows teams ranked 5 through 8 to host a playoff game, meaning that it would be possible to have a college football playoff game at Martin Stadium. Let's move it to the World Cup. The World Cup is on its second to last day of group stage games. Morocco and Croatia advanced out of Group F, while Spain and Japan get out of Group E. Japan was down 1-0, but they did storm back, scoring 2 goals in 4 minutes to wind up winning the group. 4-time World Cup champs Germany headlined the teams eliminated today. Also out is Costa Rica, making the United States the last CONCACAF team standing. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Emmett. It's December 1st.
We'll tell you how we're celebrating after the break.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, the boss's boss. If 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, that means it could be you, your barber, your barber's barber.
Nice work.
Thanks.
You, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker,
On your left.
your cat jogger. Or you, your co-pilot, your co-pilot's co-pilot. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand.
It's officially Christmas season, which means you need to start breaking out your Christmas lights. I know that's my favorite part of the holiday. Grady, what's yours?
Well, honestly, December is ski season, so for me, my favorite thing to do is watch the snow report. Every single day I wake up, see my hometown mountain, and then the mountain that's closest to Pullman, see which one got more snow, and just gets me excited for ski season.
You know, and I think, honestly, Kat, you said to break them out. I've had them out since Thanksgiving was over, to be super honest with you.
Fair enough.
What do you guys think?
Thank you. Well, thanks for watching. And if you missed anything in this or any of our previous newscasts, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel.
More news can be found at NWPB/MN8, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Have a great night.